Hey guys, Big Bang Biker here. So today the biggest question that I've been getting from all the subscribers or the new ones who want to buy a motorcycle which is around 300 cc and are confused. So what are all your choices? So the choices are Mojo 300, Duke 390, RC 390, Ninja 300, Yamaha R3, okay, CBR 250. Well, if I keep listing it, we'll get a lot of them, right? So, since in middle class perspective, I will rule out Ninja 300 and Yamaha R3 and talk about the rest. So, why did I go for Mojo and not for any others that was listed over there? So, one of the main reasons I wanted to upgrade from Apache 180 was I wanted a much more comfortable bike. I wanted a bike which could easily cruise at 130 plus, and I wanted a bike which could cruise at 130 plus with a pillion, and I didn't want to strain for anything like that, and that was my demand. And obviously, when I say comfortable in all sense, like upright position, good suspension, better brakes, and acceleration like this, if I wanted to overtake or something like that, I didn't have to, or I don't want to work for it. I just twist the throttle and things should work. And I wanted a bike which I could control. I didn't want to be in the control of the motorbike, rather the motorbike should be in my control. So that is the biggest reason I did not go for Duke 390 or RC 390. RC 390 I did not want to go because I took a test drive of 15-20 minutes and I got pain in my wrist and shoulders so badly that I was like, okay, no, I will never go for it. It's not the bike's fault, it's rather my fault because I have more weight on my upper body, which resulted in me having those pains. And yeah, and I didn't know how to ride a sports bike like that because I was used to a naked commuter. I didn't know how to ride it, and I was like, okay, anyways, I have to sell my Apache and buy the next bike. I didn't want to go for it and struggle later and wonder, oh man, did I do a mistake? So that's why I did not go for that. Why didn't I go for Duke 390? It was too fast for me to handle. How you might ask? Because so many people have bought it. Why can't you handle it? The thing is, in Apache, I used to rev all the time. Like, the needle used to be above 6,000, 7,000 RPM all the time. And I used to do that almost every second on it. So when I got my hands on Duke 390 for the first time, I revved it and it went into a wheelie. So I was like, whoa, man, that is super power. Well, yeah, the power in Duke 390 is epic. And everyone knows it. I don't have to tell it. Okay, so then I tried riding with a pillion. In this process, I got my hands on Duke 390 for nearly half an hour or 45 minutes. But the second main problem was, as I have told in my previous videos, I am 6 foot tall, and most of my height is because of the legs, the longer legs. So I couldn't fit into Duke 390 properly, and because of its rear set, my legs were pushed forward, and I had to press my leg against the tank, and I couldn't do it. And I was like, okay, no, again the same reason. This will be the only bike that I will have, and I don't want to be uncomfortable. Mind you, at that time, Mojo was still not released. So I was like, okay, I guess CBR is the only option that I have now and I have to go for it. But Whenever I looked at CBR, I used to think like, man, this is an old design with new paint scheme. I'm seriously not complaining about the way CBR looks or CBR performs. It is one of the very good bikes that Honda makes. But I wanted something new and more equipment. Like we have seen Dukes and RC390s now, and we are like, oh, we need upside down fork, we need upright position handlebars, and we need good speeds, low end power to commute in city, which is one of the second big things that I wanted in the bike. So all these things were ticked in Mojo, but in CBR I had to work. Again, I didn't want to work and I had to work in CBR. It does not have that much of low end power as Mojo does, despite it is just 1 bhp or something less. Now people might get angry and say CBR will outrun Mojo. Let it. I don't know. I don't care. But I did not buy a bike to compete with anyone. Rather, I wanted to buy a bike which I could use on a daily basis and on weekends. So those were all the reasons I didn't want to go for those bikes. That is why then when I saw Mojo, I was like, wow, it looks good. In photos it might look small, all quirky or ugly, whatever people like to call it. But when you see it in person, Mojo has its charm. That's why it is named Mojo, I'll tell you. And then I decided, okay, I can fit into this bike, my legs are comfortable, I can sit upright, it has got low end power, it has got good equipment, and it can be used for daily commute, and on the highways I can be at 140 speeds all day long. And so that is how I decided I will go for Mojo. I hope you guys liked it. Everyone might have different perspective as to how you go for a bike, but these are all the points which were there in my mind while choosing a next segment bike, and this is how I did it. I hope it helps you people, because I've been answering these questions on a daily basis, and I thought instead of doing that, I'll just give you a video with all the information that I thought when you're confused between the same bikes. Oh yeah, sorry. I forgot to mention bullets. I'm seriously sorry for that. Yeah. I don't know why I never considered bullets, because yeah, it has got low end torque and everything, but I never felt at home when I drove a Continental GT or Classic Thunderbird. So I never felt at home, and only few owners were very happy with the product, and not everyone. They had one complaint or the other, and that is when I decided I won't go for it. I know it's a bloody damn good bike. I don't know whatever that means, but it's really a good bike. But as I said, my requirements were 140 plus, and I know unless and until you don't modify a bullet, you won't go at that speeds.